Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I'm your instructor, Chris Tyler, and today I've got an exciting video that's going to help you start getting your driver to produce way more speed than you ever thought you had. And you're going to be cooking with some fire here. Ooh, baby, that was the best one of the day there. Okay, so I'm going to teach you guys how to get this drill set up first, and then we're going to get right into the nitty-gritty. So first thing I want you to do is just tee up a golf ball. Okay, it's going to be your reference point. Then we're going to put a line directly in front of the golf ball that's going to be pointed down the target line. You're going to be standing parallel to that line. This other line that I have down on the ground is going to be pointed off to right field about 45 degrees or so. Don't overthink it, just get pointed off to right field a little bit. Now I know a lot of you at home are thinking, 45 degrees, Chris, that's a lot. That's going to produce a big old block or a big old hook. I'm not going to argue that. Path plays a very important role with the way the golf ball is going to fly. But also on top of that, face angle, which is 85% of your golf shot's DNA, is going to play a much bigger role. So if you do these three things that I'm going to teach you to do with your trail arm in your golf swing, and you sync it up to what your lead hip is doing, then you got a really good chance to be able to produce some good speed and be able to hit that high draw that you've always been looking for. So the way that you're going to do this drill is you set up parallel to the line that's in front of your ball, right? That's going right down your target line. You're going to widen your base up a little bit, and you're going to have your ball position off of your left instep, okay? Now, from this position, what I want you to do is I want you to take your right hand and right arm at address, and I want you to start making some little small swings. And I want you to think about first the left hip pulling back and away from the golf ball. And as that's happening, what you want to do is you want to try to feel your right hand and right arm work down the line that's pointed out to the right here. It's going to feel really, really wacky. Now, in order to get your arm to do that, your shoulders would have to be doing something a little bit different here. Why do you think I'm not talking to you about your shoulders or your spine or your axis tilt? Well, because again, that starts introducing all of the technical stuff that binds you up in the first place. Think about that. We're trying to do a drill to simplify things for you. We're trying to do a drill that's allowing you to feel freedom of movement. So the next piece to this is to now think about what drivers are set up to do these days. What is a driver set up to do? Well, this is the one club in our bag that's set up for positive angle of attack. We want to hit up on it. Even though a lot of you at home that are sitting there that have studied TrackMan numbers would see that the PGA Tour average is down 1.3 degrees. I can assure you there's a bunch of those guys out there that are hitting up on the golf ball. Now, as amateur golfers, we need to take advantage of this modern day technology because we just don't hit it as far. And it's set up for very high launch, very low ball spin. So the way that we're going to hit up on the golf ball is we're going to create more of an ascending blow rather than a descending blow. We could talk about the action that the spine needs to do in order to be able to help that. And I'm not going to do that though. We're going to keep things focused on one part of the body and not the shoulders, the spine, all of that other stuff. We're going to just focus on what your right hand and right arm are doing. Now, when you do these next few reps, after you've gone ahead and drilled your right hand and right arm working out towards right field, now what I want you to feel is that by the time your right hand and arm get to the golf ball, is that your right wrist and forearm are going to feel like it's working up towards the sky. Well, Chris, that is going to produce a very high block. Ball that will probably move off to the right. Yes, it will. This is where we add the final piece in. Now, as your hand and arm are passing that golf ball, working down out towards right field. There's a helicopter up here. There's helicopter tours available. As you feel that right hand and right arm working out towards right field and working up towards the sky, now you can start letting your wrist and forearm rotate. Okay, now you can see I'm just making little small swings, right? But I'm doing it with movement. My left hip's moving back, my right wrist and forearm are rotating. When you finish, your right wrist and forearm, you shouldn't be over-rotated to where your palm is facing completely down to the ground. When you rotate it, it's going to be facing behind you. So if you had a club in your hands, it's going to be toe up to slightly toe left. That's it. So now once you do these reps, and I'm not going to give you all a specific number of reps that I want you to do. This is to create feel. So some of you are going to be able to start feeling this 3 or 4 reps. Some of you are going to take 25 reps. Some of you are going to take 100 reps. But the point is that you want to continue doing this drill till you feel all three components of the right arm extending down the target line, the right arm, by the time it gets to the golf ball, working up towards the sky, and now the right wrist and forearm rotating, synced up with your left hip moving back and away. Now, once you start getting the hang of it, you can see that I'm making the swing a little bit longer and a little bit faster. Okay, now I want you to really focus on what your body is feeling. Okay, it's gonna feel weird. Okay, you're gonna feel what it's like to have a shallower plane, a shallower angle of attack, and a lot more club face rotation. Now, let's bring the golf club back in the mix. Same thing's gonna apply. Let's remove the ball out of here for a few swings. We're gonna start with some small swings at first. So you're gonna set up parallel to this line. Don't cheat and turn your body to where it's pointed out to the right. Okay? So small swings. It's gonna feel exaggerated. It's hard to get your hands and arms to work out 45 degrees to the right, trust me. It's not going to work out that far in to out. You would have to create a lot of secondary, and you would have to kind of stand on your right side. So that's why it's important that you sync this up with your left hip. Okay? Okay, now I can start feeling it. Once you start feeling it, bring the golf ball back in there right away. Why? Well, because again, we're here to drill, to create movement, to get the golf ball in the way of it. That's why a lot of times we never get these golf swings to the golf course. That's why people struggle all of the time. They think about all the technical aspects. This drill is designed to create a difference in sensation that's pretty radical, but also to give you a visual along the way. Once you have that visual, once you have those feels, unlock it, uncap it, let it rock and roll. Let's take a look at it now. All right, boys and girls, let's go ahead and give her a rip. Okay, so now, big thing I want you to remember is now that you've drilled this, I know it's looking back into the sun, so everybody at home, take a chill pill. I can't aim where I was aiming, otherwise I would kill those golfers over there on the right-hand side of the golf course. So I'm aiming a little bit out into the range here. So remember, after you've gone through this drill, the whole point is to create a feel, to create a visual of that feel, stay in movement, and just let it fly, right? Stay committed to your movements, and you'll start seeing some really great results, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and we've gone through the drill process, created that visual. Now I'm ready to start letting things rock and roll. I kind of have that line off to right field as my aid here. As my right arm passes in front, I'm gonna feel it working out towards right field. I'm gonna feel like it's moving up towards the sky, and I'm gonna feel my wrist and forearm rotate. Good visual process. Ooh, man, that is good. Let's do it again. Probably don't need to swing out of my shoes like that to try to impress you guys at home. Just probably need to make a balanced swing. Okay, so remember, I'm gonna feel my right arm and hand working out towards right field, working up towards the sky, wrist and forearm rotating as it moves by. Don't overthink it. Just feel it. Ooh. Man, I need to stay out here and keep hitting balls. Let's do another one. Again, I've got one gear, and that is, if I were a 6-gear transmission, it would be 6th gear. Doesn't mean it's right or wrong, folks. I just have fast tempo. Okay? Let's try to slow one down here, trying to feel the same thing. Simple little drill that's gonna help you start getting a better angle of attack, a better swing plane, and a better release all at the same time. How about that, huh? Remember, if you liked today's video, click the like button below. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to post those up and I'll help you out as best I possibly can. And for those of you that have never seen what we do at Rotary Swing, then I encourage you to click the link in the description below. You can come over and take advantage of the entire website for the next 7 days. We don't want your credit card. You just need to have a name and a valid email address, and you can go through the entire program, watch every single video in our library. You can even get a swing review done with me if you want to. That's right. So if you're interested in taking advantage of that, click the link in the description below, and let's get serious on building a better golf swing